podcast, we're fucked! I don't know how you've made it, mate. Fair play. I thought you'd be a no-show. Had to go and drag his ass out his bed.
He looks...
By the way, do you know clean your room now?
I've literally just got in the house and he's banging the door, mate, like the police.
We were driving along to pick you up and he
That's
says,
what his
where
mum said
will we
about
go?
the boys.
Where are we going first? He says, we'll try his own house first. We'll try Capaldi's house and then we'll try the police station.
You look well, to be fair.
You're looking great.
He was William Wallace last night. He's Robert the Bruce's dad this morning, isn't he?
Back to that, innit?
Take the shades off. Let's see the mince pies. Come on.
I've got my two kids here, man. They're absolutely petrified of this. Who's the zombie?
It's good, Nick.
Ugh, mate. Easy,
He was
innit?
steaming last night as well, wasn't he?
Who's Simon?
10 cans a night, 10k in the morning, you're sorted, mate. See when you're in good night, you didn't really get in that sort of state of chatting.
Mate, honestly, I walked fucking through the park, mate, about half an hour ago with that Kilton. Everybody was staring at us.
Oh, mate, you were here some night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
some day, some night.
I was, me and Cal was saying last night that you have done some show here. It was absolutely bopping, man, last night. It was unreal, yeah. You came up to me and said, was it noisy? Because you obviously can't realise from
Yeah.
It was bouncing out there,
Yeah.
mate. So even up there, it was bouncing. Scotty Allen was loving it.
Amazing, mate. Kev, what a day.
Mate, honestly, what an experience. I've had some honestly, genuinely unbelievable life experiences. But see that last night, being a Scotland fan and forgetting having played football, just being a fan for the night. Oh man, I felt emotional. I felt like teary, and I thought this is like 23 years in the making. Because when you're 17, back at World Cup '98, couldn't remember it too well in terms of like drinking and partying and stuff. But that last night was the only show in town.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I know Capaldi and that is here, but the real hero, mate, is Cal Naismith. He is electric, man. So we're sitting up on the balcony, kind of watching the game, but he's talking, being funny, man. And he's like that to me. We're talking about the standard of the game, and Jamie O'Hara's commenting about the championship. He's like, you know yourself, mate, you've played in the championship. And I went, oh, mate, I only played high League One. He went, you only played League One? I'm fucking blocking your number. And just walked away at face. I thought you played in the championship, I'm not talking to you anymore.
He's one of the nicest guys of all time as well, isn't he?
Oh, the best guy.
He actually is just banter. But
Banter all the time, mate, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's got a heart.
He was watching this last night. He was like, how am I not playing in this?
What, in that game? What was it he said to the taxi?
So there was one of Capaldi's mates was following us, trying to get us to get in a taxi, and Cal kept going, I'm not getting in anything, that's no Mercedes. I want a veto here and now. Unless it's a BMW or Mercedes, I'm not getting in.
What a guy.
What a hero. One thing I will say is, fair play to him in a linen Zara top to open goal.
He's better than that.
He looked,
He was bolted.
you can't get me the beginning where that is
No,
though.
he was bolted.
He was what a guy to, mate, you said that he played against him last season, right? You were in the hole, he was centre back.
Yeah, he was good to be fair, but I scored 2 in the first half. And then he scored in the second half, and he's at the back going like that, Joshy boy, here we go.
But what was he after you'd scored 2? He was shouting, just leave it to me.
He was going, just leave him 1v1 with me.
Mate, see the story he told as well, and we need to tell it. I was up there yesterday, and he's like, mate, I was like, what's the biggest rinsing somebody's gave you? And he's like, being honest, he said, I played left back for Luton once in the championship. There was a kid that played right wing for Fulham. Can't remember the guy's name.
I don't even know his name.
He says, but this day the guy is just rinsing me. Every time he comes up to, he goes by us. Half time, comes out for the second half, they line up against each other and like that. How the fuck have they not took you off? You had a fucking shocker in that first half. He just runs banner all the time.
Yeah, he was hammering his own goalie against us. So there's been a corner and I've gone to push the goalie in the net, and he fell over the keeper, and Carl's gone to his own goalie. Oh, you? He's like that. Punch his cunt around at his corner. Just hammering the goalie, man. I was like, this is too much.
Oh, amazing. Where did you end up, Paul? Know what I say?
Don't know where I ended up.
Was it a seedy den somewhere on the west end of Glasgow?
Oh, mate.
West Fodringham's old house, I heard he ended up.
I heard that as well, mate. That's the rumour.
There was a cat going about.
I mean, you like pussy?
No, I wish it was that. But
What, there was a cat?
my eyes started to get closing up.
Oh, you must be allergic to the
And
cat.
the cat kept going like, mate, please get this away from me. So I don't know, mate.
That's not what you're needing, Paul, is it?
No.
What are you doing today? You going back to bed or kicking on? What are you doing?
Straight to bed, mate.
I didn't think you drank.
I don't, mate.
That's why he's in this state, innit?
Nah.
One half in it. one of the best nights of all time, innit?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I was so happy to see you coming at your flat this morning because I had genuine thoughts that he was on a flight to Amsterdam again.
that was the next step, innit?
But need to say as well, crowd have been unbelievable, so fair play.
Aye, the crowd have been-
Reception for Griffiths Halliday there, what we asked for, amazing man, wasn't it? The crowd are brilliant.
That was good timing because obviously Scotland's divided with who they support, but we're here for Scotland. So anybody that comes on our stage, we're here for one purpose and one purpose only, and that's Scotland. We're here to support and get behind everybody.
I'm English and I was desperate for a Scotland goal to see this place go off last night. I just wanted to see it.
That was
You
my
kept saying to
own-
me, I'm not sure what I want to happen here, man.
I just wanted to see this place go nuts, man.
Yeah.
I thought, and when O'Donnell nearly scored,
Wow.
that was so close.
Oh,
wasn't it?
man.
I was thinking, oh my god.
But even at the final whistle, the scenes were tremendous in here, weren't
Did you see him lobbing pints off that Cal?
they? Popping pints off the balcony.
Oh, man, did you hear that? My mate was beside him, and he just kept going like, next pint, fuck you, next one, fuck you.
Andy's missus was going, again. He's going.
They all started doing it in here before chucking pints like back and
Yeah,
forth to each other, but oh, what an atmosphere!
What a day.
What a day!
We're singing nah.
Nah.
It's not a day for singing.
You are right, mate. How good is that? Andy Halliday and Lee Griffiths coming on and everybody singing the both their names.
Aye,
That is unbelievable, mate.
They were
And
sitting very close to each other on that couch, weren't they?
I know.
hair, wasn't it?
They're
Straight
talking
each
about
other's hair.
So,
Andy-
have they two rubbed hairs together at the start of the fire,
They're
weren't
doing that minute up there.
They
Well, freezing up there.
must have a little Livingston
And-
relationship.
I know.
mustn't they? That's what they
I think it is the old Livy
I think
relationship.
Andy's desperate to find out where Griff got his hair done
Yeah.
because that's Andy's next move.
Two pupe heads, innit?
Aye.
Andy kept wanting to get close last night, didn't he, on the stage?
I kept getting close.
What was that all about?
Strange, isn't it?
Leave it, Andrew.
By the way, we need to see on Kitty, different man when his missus is here as well, innit?
Was he? Did he not
Very
speak much to
quiet,
boys
yeah.
last night? No. Patch
Didn't he
me.
speak to
aye.
anybody?
First time
Nah.
I've spoke to him since I left, obviously, like close. He's some guy, man. He's some guy.
Who, Andy?
Aye. He was just great to me last night. You would have played on that right wing for us. I'm telling you now.
You fucking hated playing on the right wing though, didn't you? Right, talk about the result, lads, and the performance. Scotland's still in the tournament. What was the best part of the performance for you? I never watched a minute, so
Finish
who
your
watched
second
it?
there.
I watched the full game,
Right, go on,
and
Kev, give us a
I'm
wee-
going to say this right now. Apart from Stones' header and possibly Mason Mount's
he
chance,
held it,
aye, because McTominay tried to cut inside, got dispossessed with the ball. Sterling's got at him, nutmegged him, and Mount, I think, just tried to tap it in. Apart from that, I don't think David Marshall had actually had a save to make the whole game. See, when we got the ball, see specifically, or especially, whatever word, doing that left-hand side, Robertson and Tierney, what O'Donnell lacks going forward, Tierney more than made up for. So see, when we went down that left-hand side, it's how quick he gets
He's
out
an
of
animal,
the...
isn't he?
Oh, mate, it's how quick he
Makes a
gets out of the
difference.
ball. And because he comes out with the ball at great pace, England think, oh wait a minute, we need to go. So when people go to him, it leaves space for others, and that's how we were getting down. But honestly, man, to a man, Scotland were unbelievable.
We do need to give a shout out to Stephen O'Donnell because it could have been easy for him to fold
Aye,
that game.
Stephen
after the
O'Donnell,
criticism
I
and
thought
stuff.
he was good last night, really good.
Stephen O'Donnell was very good, right, and he'll get praised for being very good, but let's not beat about the bush. The other night, he didn't perform well, he got criticised. That happens in football.
Yeah, you're right.
We've all been criticised. But we're not going to turn around and say, oh, it was a bit harsh on him, because that's just reality of it. Didn't he play very well, got criticised. See, last night, he was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
So he will praise him for it. Because Stephen O'Donnell, people say, oh, get him out of the team, get young Nathan Patterson in. When we break it all down, Nathan Patterson's only played a handful of games. He's a young kid with bags of potential. Potential, right? And one day he will be possibly the Scotland right back. But at this moment, right time, Steve Clarke's looking for players who he can trust. And see if you can get Stephen O'Donnell what he did last night. He knows that Steve Clarke knows if Stephen O'Donnell gives me that, that's why he plays. And that's what it is.
Well, he obviously knows he gives him that, doesn't he?
Aye,
Because he had
of
him
course
at
he
Kilmarnock.
does.
He's
Yeah,
not just
he
gonna-
knows
he's not
what
going
he's
to play
getting
him if
from
you don't trust him.
Good
I know,
point.
he's-
Everything gets overhyped though, doesn't it? It's like,
Aye.
was he that bad the other day? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to sound like I'm hating, but was Calvin Phillips that good the other day?
Yeah.
Like, he was
Aye.
getting made out, he was Makalele.
Yeah.
And then last night he's getting slaughtered because he weren't that, but he weren't even that bad last night, it's just because he was that good the other day. But
Yeah.
I just think people get too blindsided by performances sometimes.
Great
But
point,
also,
Josh.
Simon, also, like, what's the most frustrating thing about last night is that why did we not play that team in the first game against the Czech Republic? Because Steve Clarke probably knew but went for the safety option in the first game and thought, right, we need to try and get something at the England game, and he's went with two up front. Here he comes, here's Holty.
Got it, ho, ho, ho.
So
Na 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 na. How good was that last night as well, mate?
The train drivers have been unbelievable.
They've been very horny, haven't they?
To play 3-5-2 and be positive, like that takes balls on there, because that could have went the other way. We could have got hammered last night, but we didn't. But see, let's be honest about it. England, see them down the road, man. They need to get their fucking heads out the clouds.
Right,
they
we'll
are
come to England
not
in a
as
bit.
good as what they think
McGregor
they
and
are.
Gilmore made a big
Very
difference.
good day too. Can handle the ball, Josh.
different,
Your
like,
type of players, mate.
But the first game he played, 3 like win the ball back,
3 dogs.
aggressive runners.
Yeah.
Not that they're not good players, because they are, but them two just they calm it down a little bit, don't they? I thought it was a little bit of a doing last night, to be honest. In the second half, they had England pinned back for about 20-25 minutes.
Aye.
They could have easily won 2 or 3.
See, on the game, could Scotland have won the game?
Mate, Scotland had no unbelievable chances.
They
We just needed a wee break in terms of the chances. Like Dykes has hit a volley, the boys just cleared it off the line. A ball's come over the top and it's managed to bobble to Shea Adams. If that ball was on his right foot, he turns and shoots, but he just can't get it to turn. A ball coming over the back, Shea Adams arriving late. He gets there a few seconds earlier. He's burying it. The one that O'Donnell's had the volley and Pickford save. I think if Shea Adams is a natural goal scorer, more on his toes, he heads that ball in. Like we had chances, but just no clear cut enough to be really good chances.
See, as an England person though, you should never have Grant Hanley and the Scotland centre backs on the halfway line penning you in at Wembley. That should never.
But you've not got anyone to turn them with Kane up front, have you? It's not like Kane can turn Grant Hanley. I know you've got quick wide players, but
Kane got
they very
dragged
much
there.
want
That
to
was a
come in. I
mental
know.
sub.
We're going to come to England in a bit, but Billy Gilmore,
Mate, Billy Gilmore.
19-year-old.
We said it.
First start. Is he going to go right? Is he going to go right to the top?
Mate.
Aye.
That kid will go right to the top. I'm telling you. That was Redknapp about
Lampard,
isn't it?
and
We're
you're
saying
right.
it now.
And
No,
they'll play that clip back that you've said that. Won't they?
Like I'm the only one that said Billy Gilmore would be a
No,
top
you are,
player.
aren't you? Only what you want to say it years ago. No, I think you will, but he's different level, mate, isn't he?
Billy Gilmore's just like,
He just wants the ball, doesn't he?
Yeah.
like I think any kid watching football, watch him. The guy's continually on his toes, anticipating things, expecting things, knowing what he's going to do with it before it comes to him. He's like, just watch him, honestly. It's his balance, it's everything. And then when he gets the ball, man, does he know how to keep the bloody football? Keeps it. Like the first.
It's not rocket science, is it? Just pass it to.
I think the first
player
2 or
with the
3
same shot.
minutes.
It's when someone's up your arse, mate. I'll tell you that.
It's bravery, Kev, innit?
It's not bravery. I think it's just genuine. It's not bravery. No, I know what you're saying, but bravery in terms of like.
Do you know what
No,
you're
he-
talking to who's this morning or something?
No, I mean, I
He's
just
brilliant,
loved it.
isn't he?
I just loved
He
it.
loves his
Bravery in
Scotland
terms
stuff,
of
bro.
he's got the confidence to do it. So it's no bravery. He's just confident enough to do it. He trusts in his ability. So the first few minutes, I think it's a throw in. It's come back, played to Billy Gilmore. He's just whipped it round the corner, back into O'Donnell. We've caught it back to Shea Adams, and I think Shea Adams gets his foot right round that. It's a different.
He was doing that at 15 though in training.
Aye.
When he came to train with Wobbs.
Oh, so did you train with?
I used to drop him off at Milngard train station all the time to let him go back to his house. I still message him now saying you owe me train money. You fucking.
Wow.
Was he brilliant, Josh? Aye.
Mate, so obviously, Kenny. So to be fair, Kenny seen it straight. Kenny came into the change room one day and
Kenny Miller?
you know what I'm like. Kenny was like, I'm telling you now, he plays for Barcelona, and I'm going, Kenny, mate, he's 15, he's shite. Shut up, mate. Like, messing around. He's like, no, Josh, trust me, he's better than Xavi. And I'm like, do you know, lads are like, Kenny, shut up, mate, better than Xavi. Mate, he came and trained with us. But someone's wazzed the ball into him, and he just flicked one round the corner first time, little tiny 15, and I thought, that was decent for a 15-year-old.
Wow.
Like, and he's like in the box trying to make people and that like confident at 15. And obviously Kenny's probably no wrong. He's probably, if he carries on the way he's going, he might play for Barcelona. You know what I mean?
Is he a good kid?
Oh, he's a little legend, man.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a legend. But you know, he's got that arrogance, and he like, I think he believes last night. He
I'm
would
gonna be
never
the man.
admit it, no, but I think he thinks that I'm the best midfield player on this pitch. Like,
I give
I
me
don't know
goosebumps,
if,
mate.
I don't know if he does.
I think he will as well,
But
mate.
I,
No,
don't-
I
I
would-
just think in his mind that's what he will be thinking.
I think he obviously at Chelsea, so he plays with Mason Mount every day. So he's got on that pitch tonight thinking, I know what
Gary ho, Gary ho.
That's
Two Gary ho's.
So I'm thinking he's
You know
looking
you
at,
got like Gary ho?
I'm thinking he's looking at Mason Mount thinking, I could like I'm just every bit as good as you. So
Yeah.
why would he go to that part last night fearing who he was up against? See if that England team had fucking Billy Gilmore in their squad, they might be a better team. But they
Mate,
don't.
I'm telling you now,
before the
he's
game.
a bit. We said it to O'Hara. Billy Gilmore's a better player than Declan Rice and Calvin
Mate.
Phillips.
But
No doubt in my
somebody
mind.
said if Billy Gilmore was another 4 or 5 inches tall, we'd be raving about him. But
Who
because
cares
he's,
about
I
that,
know,
mate?
but that's just how it is. Everybody's a big Declan Rice. Bit by Annika Rice. Fucking hell, man.
Mate, people be raving off Billy
What happened to you
Gilmore.
last night?
Mate,
He's a
honestly,
raving
I'm
Kevin,
no,
Kevin.
I just think that like
He's a man of the nation now, isn't he? We speak just on
What
that.
about boiled rice?
Eh?
What about boiled rice?
Nah, mate, fried rice all day long. But I just
People would
think
be buzzing more off Billy, wouldn't he? If he
Aye.
ran round and kicked people and smashed people.
But he's good at that as
I
well,
know,
Tommy.
but
That's what I like
but
about him.
he'd be getting raved off if he was doing that because he's like, oh, look at him and that. But because he just gets on the ball and plays 5 yards,
Yeah.
people obviously don't talk about him as much as they talk
Simon,
about the
we've had Kieran Tierney and Andy Robertson, 2 of our best players, both in the same position, and it's amazing to have 2 players of that quality. But when you're in an international stage, you're needing something in the attacking midfield, striker position to try and get you goals, etc., etc. Wales, the reason they got to where they got to the semi-finals, it was back in the Euros, was because they had Bale.
Yeah.
That one, Billy Gilmore could be our one that galvanises the rest of the team to get to his level to want to achieve things. That's what I think we're on the big game Tuesday.
Do you know,
man.
Kev, I think
Can't wait.
that's last night's one of the best performances in Scotland's history.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
To get beaten,
Wait a minute here.
no,
Paul.
serious.
Right.
I think after the first game to get beat at home with the Czechs, to play England, and they were bad the other day, and he came back and put a performance in like that.
Aye.
It's,
Sensational.
the
I just hope they've
character
not
of
blown the load though. Do you know
Who,
what I mean?
him or Scotland? Because
No.
he's definitely blown his load last night.
Aye, twice apparently.
Twice.
No, but
All over himself though.
them. Aye.
But do you know, because
Again.
obviously last night was a massive game, wasn't it? And they'll have built themselves up for it. I hope they just don't go to Croatia now and it's a bit flat.
Flat.
And-
Josh, how do you
Can it be flat now?
No.
Josh, how do you think Scotland approach it? Do you think they need to go for it?
Same team, you think?
Aye, you've got to go. Same
I
team.
think the same team, right, and basically start the way they started against England. Suss out your opponents, and then figure out where you're going to. Because I think that's what happened last night. We started off cagey, and then as we got into the game, we've realised that wait a minute here, why are we? And then we started popping it about, and then when we started popping about and getting ourselves, cameraman's nearly just killed himself. When we started popping about, we got into areas that were going to cause England problems. I think that's the same way. Like, let's look at Croatia. You said it a couple of podcasts ago. They're an aging side. Modric is unbelievable. So we nullify him. We work on our strengths. We don't worry about Croatia. We perform to the levels that we got to last night. A wee break, we beat Croatia and we move on.
You go with that, Josh?
I could get stick for this, but I'd still play Patterson against Croatia.
Well, after O'Donnell's performance?
Yeah,
Why?
'cause I just think you need to win the game, don't you? And he's good going forward.
I think if that's easy, put Forrest in.
Yeah, or James Forrest.
If we're that, O'Donnell was great last night, but
Nah, stick
Croatia
with
and all
him.
that good,
He's
mate.
found a bit of form, stick with him, mate. If he's going to be a right back, a right wing back, just let him go and play now. Fit boy, he can play 3 games, can't he?
I think
I didn't see the sense in if somebody's high in confidence, you're putting somebody that's not played in the first 2 games.
No, you stick with the same
The one
team.
thing I wouldn't do tomorrow in the Tuesday is play Patterson. Anyway, I'll just keep O'Donnell in.
Alright, England, Josh. What did you think of them last night?
just,
Slow, innit? Slow football, nah?
I didn't know what I thought of them. It was just boring, wasn't it? It was just
Yeah.
they didn't have any. They
Just
didn't have
Gareth
anything. Did they?
Southgate,
They looked
innit?
like they didn't have anything, did they? Last
No,
night. They
they
looked-
just it's a team of individuals.
Yeah, I just think I wouldn't have played Rice and Phillips last night again because Scotland are an inferior team to England. Let's have it right. I'd have played Mount back one and put Grealish in and played Foden in the 10 and just
Yeah.
attacked Scotland and put them on the back foot because, like I said in the second half, Scotland had us pinned back and it was like that shouldn't be happening to them players, England players, getting pinned back by a Scotland side.
I get what you're saying, mate. Against a France or something, I could understand going with Phillips and
Yeah.
Rice, but why do you need 2 defensive sitting midfield
At home.
players?
Grealish
At
came
home?
on for, I think, only maybe 10-15 minutes.
O'Donnell was rattling him, to be fair.
I
wasn't he?
know, but when Grealish did get the time and space, he did look threatening. Like he did, he's gliding past people better than obviously the Scotland players at that time are tired and stuff. But like you say, Simon, why play 2 defensive? Had you played Grealish and Foden with Rice sitting,
Yeah.
gives you more options. But
Or Mountain, Foden with
Aye.
Grealish up on a high, yeah.
but that's like I say, I just think England.
They've got no chance. England will not be
No,
anywhere
no.
near winning it.
I
Joint
just,
favourites to win the Euros.
yeah, no. I just think from the first game we beat Croatia and the whole country's gone mental as if
Aye.
we're Brazil. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
But you don't think, Josh, like we watched the Croatia game. Sorry, I'm
He's
fucking.
honestly-
I know.
Somebody take out
Half time on the most of the platforms watching the game, the pundits were absolutely like praising England and their performance. I was watching it thinking, they're alright. Wasn't they amazing? Are they being paid extra to try and hype it up? Is this what's going on? Like,
Mate,
they're no realist about how their team's actually performing.
And I think it's the flip side for last night as well. Like, England are getting absolutely obliterated at the minute for last night. Southgate's getting hammered. Like, it's 0-0. People just need to relax a little bit. Like, we're gonna go through the group. Spain won the World Cup, and was it you said? No, I don't know who said it. And lost the first game at Switzerland.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't really matter.
Portugal drew their group games. Is that right when they won it? Yeah.
So Scotland's going to win it then.
Scotland are going to win it.
It's just Harry Kane, innit? Like,
right? So why are they not getting the best out of Harry Kane? He looks, mate. You were, see when you said he was slow, didn't really agree. But watching him, he looks slug on crutches, isn't he?
Because you know when he plays there for Spurs, he's got Son and the other madman Moura running behind him.
Yeah.
Here, Foden's not doing that, and
Foden wants to come to the boss.
he comes too deep, man.
Yeah.
He doesn't
See, Harry Kane's just a typical Alan Shearer type striker where you've got to get balls in the box.
He's not in the box, though, is he, at the minute?
I know, but that's because England are only putting balls in the box.
Yeah.
So why would you get to somewhere that's nobody's like Foden and Sterling want to come in and play 1-2s round the corners and get that, like it's like they're trying to do the Man City goals. Like Man City, when they don't play a striker, they still get goals. Whereas for me, if they stay wider, get to the byline, get balls in the box and make players defend, but they're not making teams defend.
I think they want their fullbacks to do that.
Aye,
But James only think he only put one cross.
They're overhyped. It's every single team. They're overhyped, isn't it? Same old shite.
It's fucking quality to see.
Right, put your cards on the table. Will Scotland qualify? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, I think they will.
Is 4 points enough? That's my question.
I think 4 points will be enough.
What are you going to do if Czech Republic beat England, Scotland win and Scotland finish second?
How's that?
Well, if Czech Republic beat England and we win by, say, a couple of goals, do we not finish?
Would you love it if England, because
I've
been England the
third. Are they on 4
third?
points, Czechs?
The Czechs and England are basically through
Yeah, I'd
now.
love that.
So if Czechs beat England...
No, you want England to win it because, like Slaney says, they get a tough team in the next round.
What's your thoughts on this prediction? I think Germany win the whole thing.
No. Germany, France battered them.
No, they never.
Yes, they did. Mate,
They beat them, they never battered them.
Miles better.
Right, well, watch them win them.
Right, we'll have a bet now.
Look at this right here.
Spare our whoever loses.
Alright, sound.
Right, okay. On open goal live.
Aye, sound.
So
If
whoever
anyone
goes
else
further,
wants it.
France or Germany?
What?
Right, we'll see.
What was a bit
Quite strong him by you.
heated there, didn't it?
He
Look at
came up
this.
to me last night and he went, Josh, you went,
Mate, it was hard last night, wasn't it? Wasn't it, bro?
I don't know.
You
You can see changes that have come over me in these last few days. I've been afraid that I might drift away.
That's a hard song to sing live.
Let me tell you that I love you, and that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, everything I've ever had. That was a shit.
Mate, Scotland's got some unbelievable songs. See
And
that
if I would become a stranger.
Oh wow.
well, that was
Just
good.
put
That.
Keep going, keep going.
I don't know the next part.
You know that it would make me more than sad.
Caledonia is calling.
See when we do the live shows and we sing, right? Try and learn the words, boys.
I know,
Fucking
I don't even
embarrassing.
know what you just been
Mate, the
saying.
crowd take over,
The
man.
crowd are like, they're unbelievable.
crowd-
We've got McGinn,
Simple John McGinn, I just don't think you understand.
he's Steve Clark's man, he's better than Zidane. We've got Simple John McGinn.
Love
James
John
A.
McGinn,
Forrest.
No.
They love John McGinn, though, don't they?
No wonder, mate. John McGinn's
That's
brilliant.
your go-to song. See if you're a bit thingy with your where we are in the show.
Steve
It's John McGinn. I love it. Right, so Scotland to go through. Everyone thinks.
See the problem I've got
Which
with
I
that
know,
draw
mate.
yesterday between the Czechs and Croatia, it now gives Croatia a chance. They beat us, they go through.
Yeah.
Whereas had Czech Republic beaten them, they might have turned up, not really given a
Sacked
shit.
it off.
Aye, sacked it off.
Yeah.
So the group's wide open, but all we wanted was a chance, and we've got that chance.
What about me? My first defeat last night to Griff. He did tennis.
Oh, so he did. But he's got the best. He's the
was
best
good,
header of
wasn't
the ball in the world.
What about
That's what we were saying. The motor of that, the one that Adams kind of is on his toes. He's not on his toes. I mean,
He lobbed you as well.
He loved
Griff's
it.
is
It was
banging
going
that
out, touch, and overhead kick, back of the net.
Mate, what a shot that was.
Aye.
yeah.
If only he could do that for his club.
You on the night?
What? Don't think so.
Come on, who wants Windass on the night? He says he's got to go up the road, but let's get him on, innit? He needs to come on.
I'm going to text someone after and try to get it sorted. But
What, for the dogs?
Keep the dogs up in the balcony.
Bring the dogs on.
Mum, I'll
Get
watch
my
him.
pint. Oh, we need to get a mention again.
Oh,
she was
Susie
outstanding.
Slane.
No, just on the balcony now. She's on the stage. She's taking over, man.
Mate,
Imagine she started hosting the show.
She was loving it. You said a few shouts till she wasn't happy when she on the stage.
What did I say?
Can she did that at one point?
Oh, so she did that. I'll try to get off her on the stage. That was right.
She said I was a lovely boy.
She's a
didn't she?
terrible
Say it
kisser,
there.
eh? Thought she'd be a good
I don't know why
kisser.
she didn't want to do them sit up the balcony. She's so early.
I know, strange.
I'm not
Isn't
saying about me and Ma.
Saying it's just you've got your mum's a lovely woman.
She's
by
a
the way.
national treasure,
Aye,
mate.
she is.
But
Brought up a young-
George is a better kisser. First, I'll tell you that now. George's a much better kisser.
I don't want to know how you know that. Right. Is that us?
Wait, we need a Zoom call your man O'Hara.
We said it. We called it, Simon, didn't we? We called
He's
it.
been slaughtering Scotland, didn't he? He's getting it this week.
Mate, what about Rio Ferdinand as well?
He was
What's he
laughing.
saying?
He
What's
was
he
like,
saying?
He just went, we win the game comfortably, championship side.
and then he started laughing and said it again.
See the championships. I'm not trying to. Like, is there even a championship player in the team apart from Lyndon Dykes?
I don't think so.
We've got 10
Grant Hanley just went up to the Premier League.
We've got
So no
10
then.
I know.
I don't get why they say that. Cause
What's happening with you, mate? You talking about championship? Few teams. I seen Sky Sports News this morning. 3 teams are in for Josh Windass. 3 managers are off their fucking
Where
head.
was he
Yeah.
to fair?
What are
Oliver
they
or
fucking
Montrose?
thinking?
He's Sterling, I think it is.
Sorry, but what was he saying up the balcony last night?
Who, him?
Selig, wasn't it?
Said,
Angie, wasn't it? Angie was on the phone.
Angie's been on the phone, hasn't he?
No, I don't know, mate. I don't know. Just keep my cards close to my chest. I don't know what's happening. So,
George, can I ask you, see at Rangers, what was Andy like about the place?
mate, I don't just want to say it because I'm on camera and that. He's one of the most underrated technical players I've ever played with.
You're talking shite.
Ah, you must be drinking last
It
night.
must be on the
Thought
drink, mate.
you stopped drinking.
Mate, I swear to God, mate.
Was
like,
it, mate? Aye.
Was he good, huh?
You know, like in 8v8s and that, and like technical, like you wouldn't. When I speak to people about Andy, I told him anyway. People generally don't think he's like a good player. They just think he like runs around busy and that.
Yeah.
He's technical, mate. I swear to God, he's proper technical. He's like,
And Josh, what about around the place? Is it
I've
is
no
the leader?
doubt.
he's a good lad, yeah.
See,
he's
see in the changing room, would he give team talks?
He'd chirp up like.
Would he?
He'd chirp up, yeah. If something wasn't going right or someone was like standards needs to be raised, Andy would.
He tries it in there, but you slapped him down last night, didn't you?
I don't know what he was thinking, trying to tell us.
Shut up and sit down, didn't you? Oh, brilliant, that bit.
He said it's alright doing it to boys like Windass and that, but don't
Aye,
ever
too
try
big
and
for
do
you,
it.
mate.
Aye,
You've
just-
changed his life, haven't you?
Who, Andy? Changed his bum life, haven't we?
Mate, you've smashed it to be fair, haven't you?
Flying, mate. It's just it's the bit. I swear to God, I know I keep saying it every show. I never want this type of end, mate.
No, I could go the Euros for the full season, could you?
I don't know what it is.
I could do this every day. See, at the start it was a wee bit of, see now, mate, I'm in that fucking
Well, if Scotland
buzzing every day.
qualify, then you've got another couple of weeks, haven't you?
It's the crowd. The fans are the best.
The
ever,
crowd,
mate.
man, the crowd's amazing. Like obviously we're grateful for everybody buying the tickets and stuff. But when they come here, they're putting on an atmosphere, whether it be some nights where we're sold out, some nights where we're maybe like a wee bit less. Whoever comes at any night have been unbelievable.
The national anthem at the end,
Oh.
just before we came off, mate, I actually had good goosebumps.
I've got some
Aye.
funny videos from last night. on
I
my
just
phone.
love
Of
being
what?
Scottish.
Like going mad in here. Cal up there messing around. I'll send you him. He's throwing
send us him
zinging
then,
pints off the balcony. Mate.
What an
Him on that bus was iconic.
Is that one of the best of all time entrances?
You
Yeah.
seen my video on
No.
Instagram?
Is it
I
frightening?
videoed it and put it on my story.
Did you?
It's brilliant, mate. I watched it
Aye,
this
it
morning.
was
I was
very,
sitting buzzing.
very good.
We put the Braveheart speech up on there before it was. I actually was.
Mate, so see, I was hiding up the top of the bus, and when I heard that, you could actually hear the crowd like roaring with the Braveheart speech. Because I thought when that comes on, it'll be just quiet people listening to it. But people, mate, I swear, people were starting to do the speech as well. Mate, I swear, I've never felt anything like that up there.
I've never seen it.
Braveheart?
Braveheart.
You know,
My
mate?
God,
What?
no.
We'll watch it tonight before.
Do you know Sir Gary Holt was? What was he doing at the front of the bus? When
Jason
he
Holt.
was driving it, wasn't he?
I know.
Rubbing his arse on the wheel.
I know he said, come on, get ready for the show. Couldn't get that.
Right.
Right, boys, your decision game. You know how to play. You can get involved in the free-to-play game at home, as well as a chance to win big money. It's a simple yes or no game. Cash prize will be won in the second round, as well as an overall leaderboard prize of
£10,000.
price of that kettle. Everyone who gets 6 or more right also gets a £10 free bet. Go to gsport.com/open goal to play.
Josh, just before we go, the players you've played with, 5-a-side team, you've got 1 minute to pick your 5-a-side team
wow,
best
I like
players.
Just done just 5-a-side.
5-a-side, you have to pick one goalkeeper.
Oh,
Pedro,
Wes.
put Pedro in goals now.
Where's
League
your
One
goals?
Wes.
just good with his feet, isn't he?
League One?
Cranchar.
Oh, Cranchar.
Wow.
What an arse.
Um,
His arse was constantly hungry,
Jesus
wasn't it?
Christ,
Chewing
1
his
minute.
shorts.
1 minute.
Jesus
yeah.
Christ, where does he play?
Where's he playing?
Barry
Right wing?
Bannon.
Oh,
Baz.
Baz is-
Technician.
Oh,
He's a
beautiful-
technician, young
beautiful
Barry,
player.
isn't
Me.
he? Barry Bannon will be on the podcast, just to be
And-
exclusive.
Oh,
You, your dad.
Maybe he's really that bothered. Let's go.
And Kevin Kyle.
Oh, what a bad team that is.
Happens
The worst
at the
five-a-side
top.
team in history.
That team gets dicked.
That's
in.
not making the show anyway, is it?
That team pumps any team in the world.
Aye.
Brilliant, lads. We go again tonight.
We go again
Another
tonight.
big one tonight.
Oh, we'll be coming. We'll be coming. We'll be coming.